Hi everyone, Jack Kennedy here, 3 times British Supersport Champion. Just here at Megabikes for a quick chat, Ciarán.
Welcome to Megabikes, everyone. I'm here today with Jack Kennedy. 4 times?
3 times.
3 times, maybe 4 times next year. British Supersport Champion. How you doing, Jack?
Great, happy to be here.
Good
to see you.
Good stuff. Give us a bit of introduction about yourself.
Well, like you say, I'm Jack Kennedy. I'm 3 times British Supersport Champion. I'm joint most successful Supersport rider with Carl Harris on 3 championships in British Supersport, but I have the most wins in British Supersport. So this year we're looking to make it an all-out record of 4 championships in British Supersport with Martrain racing this year, which I'm back on the Yamaha. So I'm really excited for that and really excited to get started at the end of this month and we start going testing.
Excellent. What got you into bikes in the first place?
My dad, really, he used to race cars and bikes, and I think he used to race bikes until I was born, and then my mum made him race cars because they're supposed to be a bit safer. So, and then Santi brought me a little Pee Wee 50, I think, when I was about 5 years old, and that was it. We went from motocross to mini motos and then on to short circuit then. So it started at a really young age, and obviously it was sort of in the blood, and the love for the sport I think was sort of born into me, and I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
Do you actually remember your first win, the first time you got the checkered flag first?
Yeah, in British Supersport I remember my first win was 2011, and it was up actually with Colin Lapillard and McAdam racing, which is nice because I won for them in 2011, gave them their first win, me my first win, and then I also won 2 championships for them in 2018 and 2019 as well. So that was nice to go back there and win, and also give them their first win and me my first win. I'll never forget it. It was a special day because that year I missed most of the year with breaking me back, so it was sort of a question of would I come back for the last round or would I just leave it and race the year after. But we decided to come back, and that's when I got my first win, so it really felt like all the hard work and effort paid off, and I was delighted to come back for it. Yeah.
I remember watching it on telly. Obviously since then things moved on, you know, the following year you did a pretty good run on the Martrain bike, yeah, up until...
Yeah, we had a great year, battling all year with Glenn Richards. He was on the Triumph, I was on the Yamaha, and the championship was just going to and fro all year. The two of us had a little few DNFs and it just kept swinging in his favour and my favour, and came down to the last round and he had a bit of an advantage, but we managed to beat him in the first race. I finished second, he finished third, so it was all down to the last race then. I knew I had to go out and win or do the best I could, and I think I was sitting in 3rd or 4th in the race, and I got a pit report to say Glenn was out. He crashed out and I couldn't believe it. All I had to do was finish in the top 8 I think I was, and I was sitting in 3rd or 4th comfortably. So I said, this is it, perfect, I have it won. All I need to do is riding around, and all I hear is the engine starts knocking on the bike, and I just could not believe it. I had to pull into the pits, the bike couldn't go on anymore, and hand the championship back to Glenn. Absolutely broke me, and I'm over it now, and obviously I can talk about it now, but it was still one of the toughest moments, I'd say, in my racing career.
I remember actually I was in America doing a road trip on a bike there with a friend of mine, Finn, and we had the BSB app on the phone. It was like something like 7 in the morning, and I'm jumping around the hotel room and yeah, he's got it, and then it was just, nah, that's not possible. It's gone, he's gone, I can't hear the results, where's he gone? Oh, it was terrible, but look, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know what I mean, and more determined. So like after that then was it straight into a World Superbike?
World Supersport, with Riva Moto, Russian team, with Jeremy McWilliams as my crew chief. Obviously a whole new world, travelling the world and racing all these new circuits and venues that you'd never been to before, and getting used to racing in the heat as well. It was amazing, and lucky to go there, and we had quite a good year as well.
Yeah, look, I mean, I actually made it to a few races that year, and it was great to it was a great atmosphere actually in the box, like, you know, with the rest of the team and Jeremy there, like, you know, we would know Jeremy a long time, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was great to have an inside track and see how it worked, you know, and it was a very good year for a first year in World Supersport. It
was great to have Jeremy by my side as well, obviously, because of all the achievements he's had in MotoGP and everything. he's a great person to have there. So there's no one better I could have had by my side telling me what to do or what I need to do, because he's been there and done it all, and he's still doing it.
I know, he's done it the weekend.
He's racing in Daytona on a Harley Davidson and managed to go out and win. He said he'd done 2 days training before the round.
I think he's older than me.
He's unbelievable, he is. I want to be like him when I grow up anyway.
Yeah, man, that's it.
And I want to still have that love and that hunger for the sport as much as he does, because he just still manages to amaze everyone, even now. So it was a great year, and I think we went to Phillip Island for the first round, and in 2013 we managed to qualify 4th on the grid, I think, and I think we got a top 10 out of it as well. But as I say, it was a massive learning year, racing in the heat with the longer race distances, and obviously the competition was even more fierce, and learning all the new tracks, but absolutely loved it. Now looking back at it, I feel very privileged to have got the opportunity and the support from everyone like yourself to get me to go there as well. So yeah, it was really enjoyable.
So then you changed ship then the next year onto the Honda?
Next year again onto a Honda. I rode a Honda in 13 and now I rode a Honda in 14 for Simon Buckmaster for PTR. A little bit more of an up and down year. I thought it was going to be a better year, but we had some bad results and some good results. It was sort of, like I say, up and down, but got our best result of World Supersport that year in Portimao, where you were as well, and all my family came to, which is strange because normally the one that everybody comes to, it goes wrong, but it went right, and we were battling for the win, and
kind of went right from the start, didn't it? Like the very first free practice you were on the
we hit the ground running, and we found quite a good setup straight away, and it was just a really enjoyable weekend. Confidence was good, I was feeling good, and like I say, we were battling for the win with Van der Mark and Sofoglu for the whole thing, and it ended up getting red flagged towards the end because of rain, and we brought a second place home. It was amazing, and then we had a good celebration that night as well.
We certainly did have a good celebration. I might have to celebrate.
Well, if you were there, we were celebrating. That's all there was to it.
Yeah. No, it was pretty good. No, I have to say it was the highlight of the year without a doubt. You know what I mean? So kind of the end of that year, and it came quick, and all of a sudden we're in Jerez, the last race. And did you know where you were going down, or did you?
No, everything started up in the air. Hoping for a strong result for the last race, because the way it goes is everyone already sort of remembers you, how good you are from your last race. And to be honest, I'm not even too sure where we finished in Jerez that last round. Can you remember now?
Can't.
No.
I think it was top 10, but I think it was like 7th or 8th. But
I think we wanted more. From there then, not too many options came out of World Supersport, or things were becoming difficult to get the ride that I wanted, or the contract that I wanted. So we took a different avenue to go back to British Championship then.
Back in the British Championship, it's certainly local, just across the pond, and it's a hell of a lot easier from travelling, getting to and from events and all that. Onto the big bike then.
Yeah, what
did that feel like?
Yeah, a bit of an animal really. Yeah, the superbikes, British superbikes are quite a beast, and coming from running full electronics with traction control, anti-wheelie, launch control, all that sort of stuff, coming back to nothing, no electronic aids whatsoever. To jumping on a superbike with 220 horsepower that weighs 165 kilos, so it was a bit of an animal to jump on. But we had quite a good year in 15 compared to the year after in 16 with WD-40. Yeah, we did quite a good few top 10s and a good few showings here and there on the big bike. And
Alton Park, I think, was in
the wet. In the wet, yeah. It was good. It was enjoyable to learn riding the big bike, and I did enjoy it, but things just went sort of downhill from there the year after.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, that all happens in racing, doesn't it? It's part of it, really.
Yeah, so after 16, I had a lot of injuries as well in 16. I think I just kept pushing that bike past its limits and just wouldn't settle for positions. And
I think I had the medical team kind of worn out there.
Basically, the bike just kept flicking me off, and I just kept breaking bones and having other injuries. So I was riding the whole year nearly with an injury, if you know what I mean. Went into that winter, I think we crashed at the last round as well, with more injuries to go into the winter, which is the last thing you want to do. Was really quite down with racing then, and sort of, I don't know, not questioning yourself, but sort of questioning bike racing in general, and sort of lost a little bit of love for it because of all the bad results and injuries that I've been through in 16. But we decided to make a switch back to the 600 class in British Supersport for 2017, and that's where I sort of found my love for the sport again, and really started enjoying me racing again on an MV Augusta.
Yeah, actually, the MV was quick. not always the most reliable bike, as it's proved in kind of
Yeah.
World Supersport as well. But like actually, it was great to watch.
It was quite a
Sounded great.
temperamental bike, sounded great, handled great and looked great, but obviously didn't always stay going. But an amazing bike, and big thanks to Dave Tyson that year for giving me the opportunity to come back, because like I say, the end of 16 wasn't good, I wasn't doing good, I wasn't getting results, there was plenty of crashes, so he sort of gave me the opportunity to put myself back on the map, and that's what we did that year.
Gave you a bit of confidence again, you know
That's
what I
it.
mean, when you get the feel for the bike. So
Definitely.
then at the end of that, it was time to change again. We went back to Appleyards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Back to Appleyards, and the Appleyard family, really, isn't it?
Yeah, the family run team, amazing team really, and someone obviously I rode from in 2011, so I had that good relationship with them from there, and yeah, they're an amazing family run team. They absolutely love racing. They're just there for the love of the support really, and want to win.
And they'd won it the previous year, hadn't
Yeah,
they?
they've won it with Keith. Yeah, I
Farmer,
battled
yeah.
against Keith Farmer all year on the MV when he was on the Yamaha, and I knew how good the Yamaha was, so I said I want a bit of that, so we switched to Appleyard Macadam Racing, and we brought them another championship then in 18.
Yeah, no, that was great. How did it feel that when you actually knew you'd won the championship? Like
Amazing, because like
the pressure.
from 2012 up until 2018, all anyone ever talked about was that championship that you nearly won. So I just don't even, you don't even have to remember the one that you nearly won now, because you've won one and you sort of got that duck off your back.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you stay with them again.
Yeah, there's no really good opportunities came to move up to Superbike where I know I can prove myself given the right opportunity. But so we decided to stay, and look, I stayed where I was happy and winning races and with a great team around me. So we went for another year, yeah.
Which you kind of like just took over the podium that year. Like, I mean, how
Yeah, I
many
think we
wins?
20 wins of 24 races.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, so it was an amazing year, very enjoyable. Like I say, the team were amazing and gave me a bike that I could do the job on.
Did you feel at that stage then maybe it's time to go back to superbikes?
I did,
Thoughts?
yeah. Like, yeah, obviously I won a lot that year, so I sort of felt like I could do I don't want to say a bit more of a challenge, but a different
challenge, yeah.
A different challenge. Like I say, I still feel like I can prove myself given the right package. But we signed for Yamaha and Superbike then with Tag Racing.
That obviously didn't go according to plan. The bike just, I don't think anyone could get the bike right, really, was it? There was a big chatter.
Yeah,
kind of issue.
suffering from a chatter issue, which nearly wouldn't be too bad in the free practice and qualifying sessions, which is strange. But the minute you get into a race, 5-6 laps in, the bike would just chatter its head off for the whole rest of the race, which made it nearly impossible to ride. I was trying to ride around it and ride through it nearly, but once you come off that 110% of pushing, like back to 100 or 90%, you're just getting passed everywhere. Once you're not absolutely on the limit, scratching everything, you're just going backwards. And
I remember actually watching the races and you go, oh look, he has it sorted, he's flying now, you know. First, second, third, fourth lap, he's making progress through the field, and then all of a sudden it's just like someone held out a flag and it just went backwards. And
but like I say, once you come off that edge, you just start going backwards, because there's nobody is slow in that British Superbike class. And even if you start 15th to try and make it up into the top 10, even trying to pass the guys to get there is near impossible. So your bike has to be perfect, and you have to be feeling great if you want to go forward in that class and you want to bring home good results. And unfortunately the team decided to pull out halfway through that year because they couldn't fix the issue, and they didn't think there was any point in going racing. But look, I was still willing to ride the bike and to see if we could solve the issue, but they decided to pull out, which was not ideal whatsoever. Left me with nothing.
halfway through a season.
Yeah, halfway through a season, which nobody wants. I suppose that's just the way it goes sometimes.
So you went on to Kawasaki again then, just to get a few more races in?
Yeah, Lee Hardy, RAF team, gave me a bit of a lifeline, you could say. Another British Superbike team to give me a ride for like 3 rounds, I think it was. And yeah, we had a really good time, really enjoyed myself. The Kawasaki was lovely to ride, and we brought home some good results, and we stuck it on pole position. We qualified on pole position in Donington Park as well. So
yeah,
it was enjoyable, and it was great for someone else to give me a lifeline, like I say, instead of sitting at home and watching the race.
Yeah, well that's it. A racer wants a race, doesn't he?
Definitely, and it's torture when you're sitting at home and can't do anything.
We're into, what year were we into then? 20...
This year we're
This
in
year to
21, I mean,
so
yeah.
hopped onto a Kawasaki in the Supersport. Has Kawasaki ever won the Supersport
They
Championship?
did in 15 with Tara McKenzie.
Wow.
Yeah, but before that they wouldn't have won it for a long time.
And the R6s had just taken over
Yeah.
everything, really. So
The R6 is the bike of choice, really, in Supersport. Kawasaki came to me looking to put their 636 on the map, which nobody was really riding. Tara McKenzie would have won on a ZX6. The 636 was a bit more of a road going bike, but nobody was really using it for racing, and they wanted me to bring them home a championship, really, and they wanted me to do it on that bike. It was a challenge, but we got there in the end.
yeah, in fairness, like the first kind of few races, like you were kind of on the podium.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Weren't that far away, although the first few races it looked like the Yamaha was gonna fly off. Like I think you got how many wins? So you got the first few wins in a row,
yeah.
and kind of Bradley Peary, and he kind of looked.
Really
He looked
strong.
like he was going to get strong, and then the Kawasaki started building momentum.
Yeah, we got stronger, and he faded a little bit in pace, which was strange. Even when we went back to circuits that we were on earlier on in the year, he wasn't doing the same pace as he was earlier on in the year, which is strange. He should be getting stronger, but we sort of the team with Dave Tyson again. We just developed the bike all year and got every last ounce out of it, and K-Tech suspension worked really well in it because we had to ride the bike so hard that, like I say, the settings had to be absolutely perfect. And we done everything we could to the bike, but we were still losing quite a lot in a straight line. And the championship came quite close down to the end for the last few rounds because I got taken out twice, which was very unfortunate, but through no wrongdoing of my own.
There's plenty of screaming at the telly them days.
Yeah, and I was screaming at my helmet. Jesus, so frustrating to get taken out of a race when it's obviously not your fault and you didn't know it was coming. Yeah, with the two DNFs from getting taken out and everyone else having good results, the championship just got so tight. I think there was like 5 of us that could win it towards the end, and I was still losing so much in a straight line, and there's no more weight we could take off the bike and no more power we could get out of the bike. So it ended up coming down to me I actually did end up losing about 2.5 kilos just to try and make the difference for the last few rounds, and that might have been the deciding factor in really in getting the championship win. But yeah, we just rode the absolute wheels off the bike, and the team gave me a great bike to do that as well, so I was quite lucky.
Happy days, well done, that was great. Obviously in the last few years a few things changed, family life as well.
Yeah, become a dad. I've got a 2.5-year-old at home. She's a bundle of joy and fun and never stops. She's a little bit wild and a little bit daredevil as well, so I think that's my own fault really. But no, she's great fun, and delighted to become a dad, and it's a whole new world.
Yeah, congratulations. So obviously Martrain for 2022 R6. No different goals, just win the championship. That's it. Plain
Win the
and
championship
simple.
is the goal. I don't owe Martrain a championship, but the two of us together really, we feel like we missed out on that one, obviously. So it'd be lovely to get one for me and for them, because we feel like we probably should have won it that year. But they're all obviously ifs and buts in 2012. But yeah, the goal is to win the championship this year, and the Supersport field is stacked with entries as well. I think it's a like full grid, so which is great to see, because we have
quite a few new different marks on
manufacturers and stuff like that
it.
as well. The Triumphs
On
are
the grid.
coming in, and there might be a Ducati as well, so it's going to be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there.
Any other personal goals in line for this year?
No, I was looking at that Daytona, and I would have loved to do that, but my team said no. I actually got asked to do it, but my team obviously have one goal inside. They want to win the British Supersport Championship, and they don't want anything coming the way of that, because obviously you risk getting injured and stuff like that if you go out there. But it's something I'd like to look at in the future. I'm quite jealous of Brandon Passionero. He's got 2 Rolex Daytonas just for winning them as well, so I want one.
Well, I've never been to Daytona, so
there's an excuse.
Let's do it. Okay guys, well look, that's Jack Kennedy, 3 times British Supersport Champion. Maybe next time we'll interview him, he'll be 4 times. Jack, thanks very much. Great to see you.
Thanks for everything.